Have you ever felt disrespected, like your kindness goes unnoticed, or your peace is constantly shaken by the chaos around you? What if I told you there's a way to change that forever? No one will disrespect you ever again. Just do this. Buddhism, one of the world's oldest and most powerful spiritual paths, holds timeless wisdom that anyone can use to become stronger, calmer, and more respected. In this guide, we'll dive into 18 transformative lessons from Buddhism that will not only help you earn the respect you deserve, but also show you how to cultivate inner peace, kindness, and personal growth, no matter who you are. Ready to change your life? Let's get started. Imagine waking up one morning to find yourself walking through a serene forest, the sound of gentle streams flowing nearby, and the sunlight filtering through the trees, casting soft golden hues on your path. This is where our journey begins, a journey through the timeless teachings of Buddhism, one of the world's most ancient and awe-inspiring spiritual paths. As we stroll through these teachings, imagine each one as a step forward, bringing you closer to a more peaceful, kinder, and wiser version of yourself. The lessons you'll uncover aren't distant, abstract ideas. Instead, they're gentle companions, guiding you towards self-improvement and helping you earn the respect of those around you, not by force, but through your quiet strength and understanding. As we explore 18 of these special lessons, think of them as seeds being planted in the garden of your life. Each one, when nurtured, will help you grow, show compassion, and find inner peace. But don't worry, you don't need to be a Buddhist to appreciate or use these teachings. They are for anyone who seeks to improve themselves and their relationships with others. These lessons are like ancient treasures hidden in plain sight, simple yet profound. And as we uncover them together, you'll discover how each one can help you navigate the complexities of modern life with grace and wisdom, becoming the best version of yourself, all while quietly earning the respect of others. Lesson 1. Mindfulness, the art of being present. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a tranquil pond. The water is still, and as you look closely, you can see every ripple, every leaf floating by. This is mindfulness, the ability to notice the present moment with clarity and without judgment. It's the first and perhaps most important step in your journey, a skill that allows you to let go of distractions from the past and worries about the future. Instead, you focus on what's happening now. Mindfulness is about tuning into the music of life, whether it's the sound of your own breath, the rustling of leaves in the wind, or the feeling of the earth beneath your feet. By practicing mindfulness, you cultivate a sense of inner calm, a quiet strength that others can't help but notice. It's a powerful tool for self-awareness, allowing you to respond to situations with thoughtfulness rather than reacting out of emotion. In your everyday life, mindfulness can be as simple as meditation. Imagine sitting quietly, breathing deeply, each breath like a wave washing over you. As you focus on your breath, you begin to notice how calm you feel. This daily practice can help you stay centered no matter what chaos may surround you. Mindful breathing. Picture yourself in a stressful moment, perhaps in a busy office or an argument. Now take a deep breath, filling your lungs completely before slowly releasing it. Notice how that single breath brings you back to the present moment, calming your racing thoughts. Mindful walking. Imagine each step you take as a gentle tap on the earth, each footfall connecting you more deeply with the ground beneath you. The simple act of walking becomes a form of meditation, grounding you in the here and now. Mindful eating. Envision yourself savoring every bite of a meal, noticing its texture, taste, and aroma. By eating slowly and mindfully, you transform the act of eating into a moment of pure appreciation. As mindfulness becomes a habit, people will begin to see a change in you, a calm, steady presence that they admire and respect. Before we dive in, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because you won't want to miss what's coming next. The upcoming videos are packed with insights and tools that will guide you toward a more peaceful, fulfilling, and respected life. Let's get started. Lesson 2: Compassion, the heart of connection. Compassion is the warmth of the sun on a cold day, the gentle hand that reaches out to comfort someone in pain. In Buddhism, compassion is not just an act, but a way of being. It means recognizing the struggles and suffering of others and responding with kindness, empathy, and a desire to help. Imagine the power of compassion in your life. When you encounter someone having a difficult day, you offer them understanding instead of judgment. You listen deeply to their concerns, allowing them to feel seen and heard. In return, your relationships deepen and people naturally respect you because they feel your genuine care. To bring more compassion into your life, you can self-compassion. Before you can show kindness to others, imagine treating yourself as your own best friend. When you make mistakes, forgive yourself gently, knowing that you are human and still learning. Empathy. Visualize stepping into someone else's shoes. How might they feel? What struggles are they going through? This practice of empathy helps you connect with others on a deeper level. Acts of kindness. Imagine brightening someone's day with a simple gesture, a kind word, a helping hand, or even a smile. These small acts build bridges of trust and respect between you and others. Deep listening. When someone speaks to you, imagine turning down the volume on your own thoughts and fully focusing on them. This kind of listening shows that you truly care, and it strengthens the bond of respect. Through compassion, you create a world around you filled with warmth, trust, and mutual respect. Lesson 3: Impermanence. Embracing the flow of life. Life is like a river, always flowing, never the same from one moment to the next. This is the teaching of impermanence, a reminder that nothing lasts forever. While this might seem unsettling at first, impermanence is actually a gift. It teaches us to let go of attachments and embrace change as a natural part of life. Imagine holding a handful of sand. The tighter you grip it, the more it slips through your fingers. But if you hold it gently, it stays in your palm for as long as it's meant to. This is how impermanence works. By learning to let go of things, whether it's relationships, possessions, or outcomes, you free yourself from unnecessary suffering. Here's how you can embrace impermanence. Letting go of attachments. Picture yourself releasing the things you cling to most, a grudge, an expectation, or even a prized possession. By loosening your grip, you make space for new experiences and growth. Embracing change. Imagine life as a series of seasons, each bringing its own beauty and challenges. When you embrace change, you flow more easily through life's ups and downs. Living in the moment. Picture yourself savoring each moment as if it were a precious gem. When you live in the now, you find joy in the simplest things. Learning from impermanence. Impermanence can be a wise teacher. Each moment that passes is an opportunity to learn, grow, and become more resilient. By accepting impermanence, you become a source of calm and wisdom. People will admire your ability to stay steady in a world that is constantly changing. Lesson 4: Non-attachment, finding freedom in letting go. Non-attachment is like the art of holding a butterfly gently in your hands. You don't grip it tightly, and you don't try to keep it forever. Instead, you appreciate its beauty while it's with you, knowing that it may fly away at any moment. This is the essence of non-attachment in Buddhism. It's about enjoying life without trying to control everything. Imagine how freeing it feels to let go of the need to control outcomes. When you stop clinging to success, possessions, or even relationships, you become more open to life's surprises. Non-attachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop trying to force things to go your way. Here's how you can practice non-attachment. Letting go of control. Imagine releasing your need to control every situation. Instead of gripping tightly, you trust that things will unfold as they are meant to. Appreciating without clinging. Picture yourself enjoying the beauty of a sunset without trying to hold on to it. This is non-attachment, appreciating the present without needing it to last forever. Being open to change. When things don't go as planned, imagine yourself rolling with the punches. Your flexibility will inspire others to respect your resilience. Non-attachment brings a sense of lightness and freedom into your life. People will admire your ability to stay calm and flexible, no matter what life throws your way. Through these first 4 lessons, you're already well on your way to becoming a more mindful, compassionate, and peaceful version of yourself. As we continue on this journey, each step will bring you closer to living a life filled with wisdom, kindness, and the quiet, unshakable respect of those around you. Imagine you're carrying a heavy backpack, loaded with the expectations, possessions, and the need for approval from others. It weighs you down with each step. Now picture gently setting that backpack down on the side of the path. You instantly feel lighter, your shoulders relax, and you can walk more freely. This is what the lesson of non-attachment in Buddhism is all about. It's like freeing yourself from that heavy load by letting go of the things you hold too tightly, things that ultimately don't bring lasting happiness. Lesson 4. Non-attachment, the freedom in letting go. Non-attachment is closely connected to the idea of impermanence. Life is ever-changing, and when we cling to things, whether it's success, possessions, or the approval of others, we set ourselves up for disappointment. Non-attachment isn't about being cold or indifferent. It's about understanding that nothing is permanent, and in that understanding, finding a deeper sense of peace. Imagine a flowing river. If you try to stop the water with your hands, it pushes against you and you get frustrated. But if you let the water flow, you can simply enjoy its coolness as it passes. Non-attachment is learning to enjoy life's flow without trying to control it. Have you ever experienced this yourself or know someone who has? Share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. I'll be there personally, ready to connect and help you out, so don't hesitate to jump into the conversation. Here's how you can practice non-attachment in your life. Let go of outcomes. Picture yourself preparing for a big project or goal. Instead of stressing about the end result, focus on giving your best effort. Like a gardener planting seeds, you trust that the outcome will take care of itself. When you stop being tied to results, you free yourself from the anxiety that often comes with uncertainty. The effort you put in becomes its own reward. Don't cling to possessions. Imagine your favorite possession, whether it's a piece of jewelry, a car, or even a phone. Now think about what would happen if you lost it. At first, there's discomfort, maybe even sadness. But by practicing non-attachment, you begin to realize that your happiness doesn't depend on material things. When you no longer rely on possessions for joy, they become less of a burden, and you feel lighter and more at peace. Stop seeking approval. Picture standing in front of a crowd, your heart pounding as you wait for applause. Now imagine realizing that your worth doesn't come from the claps or approval of others, but from the quiet confidence inside you. When you stop needing validation from others, you gain an unshakable sense of self-worth. Others will respect your calm assurance, and ironically, you often receive more admiration by not seeking it. Practice being content. Imagine waking up in the morning and, instead of thinking about what's missing from your life, you take a moment to appreciate what you already have: your health, your loved ones, even the warmth of the sun on your face. This practice of contentment fosters a deep inner peace that no external achievement or possession can match. When you let go of attachments, it's like stepping into a clear, open space where you can move freely, unburdened by expectations. People around you will sense this ease and respect you for your inner calm and quiet confidence. Lesson 5. Right speech, the power of words. Words have immense power. Imagine a small boat on a still lake. A single stone, when thrown, sends ripples across the entire surface. In the same way, the words we speak create ripples in the lives of those around us. Buddhism teaches the importance of right speech, using words that are true, kind, and helpful. When you master this, your speech becomes like soothing balm for others, earning their trust and respect. Here's how you can practice right speech in your daily life. Be honest. Imagine a friend asking for your opinion on something important to them. Instead of telling them what you think they want to hear, you choose honesty, gently but clearly expressing the truth. When people know that you are consistently honest, they feel safe in your presence, knowing they can trust you. Speak kindly. Picture a time when someone was harsh with you and it stung. Now imagine the impact of choosing kind words instead, even in difficult situations. Speaking with kindness is like planting seeds of peace in others' hearts. When your words are gentle and compassionate, people will naturally feel good around you. Say things that help. Imagine hearing gossip or negativity in a conversation. Instead of adding to it, you choose to offer words of encouragement or change the subject to something more constructive. By steering conversations toward positivity, you become a source of light and support, and others will admire you for it. Know when to be quiet. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all. Imagine sitting in a room full of noise, with people talking over each other. Instead of contributing to the chaos, you choose to listen carefully and only speak when it adds real value. Silence can be a sign of strength, and others will respect your thoughtful restraint. Mastering right speech is about being mindful of the ripples your words create. When you speak with care, honesty, and kindness, others will look to you as a model of integrity. Lesson 6. Patience, the quiet strength. Life doesn't always go as planned, and the ability to remain calm in the face of delays, setbacks, or challenges is a rare and valuable trait. Picture a tall, steady tree weathering a storm. While the wind blows and rain pours down, the tree remains grounded, bending but not breaking. This is patience, staying rooted and calm even when the world around you feels chaotic. Here's how to cultivate patience. Accept challenges. Imagine encountering an unexpected roadblock, a cancelled flight, a failed exam, or a difficult conversation. Instead of becoming upset, you view it as an opportunity to grow. By accepting challenges as part of life's journey, you become more resilient, and others will respect your ability to handle difficulties with grace. Take deep breaths. When frustration rises, picture taking a slow, deep breath. In that breath, you create space for calm. You respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This practice, though simple, is incredibly powerful, and people around you will admire your calm demeanor. Be tolerant. Patience is also about understanding that people are different. Imagine working with someone who has a completely different approach or opinion. Instead of getting frustrated, you practice tolerance. By respecting those differences, you build stronger, more harmonious relationships. Know when to let go. Patience doesn't mean enduring everything forever. Sometimes it's about recognizing when it's time to walk away from a situation or person that no longer serves you. Letting go with patience and grace earns respect because it shows you value yourself and your peace of mind. Build inner strength. Patience is like building a strong inner foundation. Each time you practice it, you become emotionally stronger. When people see your ability to remain steady during storms, they'll look to you for guidance and support. Patience is a quiet strength that others deeply respect. When you stay calm under pressure, you become a pillar of strength for yourself and those around you. Lesson 7. Gratitude, a path to happiness. Gratitude is like the sunlight that breaks through the clouds after a storm, brightening everything it touches. It's a simple yet powerful way to shift your perspective, making life feel more abundant and joyful. Practicing gratitude not only fills you with happiness, but also makes you a person that others admire and respect for your positivity. Here's how to make gratitude a daily practice. Keep a gratitude journal. Picture yourself at the end of each day, taking a moment to reflect on the good things, big or small, that happened. Writing them down helps you focus on the blessings in your life rather than what's lacking. Say thank you. Imagine how it feels when someone thanks you sincerely. Now think about how often you express that same gratitude to others. When you make a habit of showing appreciation, you strengthen your relationships and people respect the gratitude you carry. Live in the moment. Picture yourself sitting with a loved one, fully engaged in conversation or savoring a delicious meal. By appreciating each moment as it comes, you cultivate contentment and joy, and others will see your peaceful happiness. Be mindful about what you use. Gratitude extends beyond people. It includes being mindful of what you consume, whether it's food, resources, or media. By appreciating the world around you, you show respect for everything that sustains you, and others will admire your mindful way of living. Give back. Picture helping someone in need, whether by volunteering, offering a kind word, or simply being there for a friend. Giving back is one of the most profound ways to show gratitude for what you've been given, and it creates a ripple effect of positivity in the world. By practicing gratitude, you cultivate a heart full of joy and contentment. This positive energy not only fills you, but radiates outward, earning you the admiration and respect of those around you. Each of these lessons, non-attachment, right speech, patience and gratitude, opens the door to a life filled with deeper peace and quiet confidence. By embracing these teachings, you'll find that respect doesn't need to be demanded or sought after. It flows naturally toward you, like a gentle breeze carrying the scent of blossoming flowers. Imagine a tree standing tall in the middle of a vast field. Its roots sink deep into the earth, drawing nourishment, and its branches reach out to provide shade and shelter for those who need it. This tree doesn't seek rewards or recognition. It simply gives, naturally and abundantly. This is what it means to express gratitude by giving back. Just like the tree, when you lend a hand to someone in need, you become a source of comfort, strength and kindness, asking for nothing in return. Expressing gratitude by giving back, spreading kindness, like seeds. Gratitude is powerful because it shifts your perspective, allowing you to see the abundance in your life. And when you see how much you have, the natural next step is to share that abundance with others. It's like having an overflowing cup of water. You can't help but pour some of it out to those who are thirsty. When you show gratitude through action, by giving back, you're not just helping others. You're also sending a message to the world that kindness, generosity, and care are what truly matter. Imagine walking through your community, and with every person you help, it's like planting seeds of kindness. Those seeds grow into a garden of goodwill that others can walk through and be inspired by. Lesson 8. Self-reflection. Looking inward to grow outward. Self-reflection is like holding a mirror up to your soul. It's not always easy to face what you see, but the act of doing so is one of the most powerful ways to grow. Picture standing on the shore of a lake early in the morning. The water is calm, and you can see your reflection clearly. In those moments of stillness, you can observe yourself, your thoughts, your actions, your feelings, without judgment. This is the heart of self-reflection. Buddhism teaches that understanding yourself is the foundation for personal growth and inner peace. Through self-reflection, you begin to see where you can improve, and this practice naturally earns the respect of others. People admire those who are not only committed to improving their own lives, but also willing to look inward for answers. Here's how you can practice self-reflection. Keep a journal. Imagine sitting down at the end of a long day and writing down your thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Journaling is like mapping out your internal landscape, giving you a clearer picture of what's happening within. With each entry, you're tracking your personal journey, and over time, you'll see patterns and areas where you can grow. Ask for feedback. Picture yourself in a room with people you trust, friends, family, or colleagues. You open up and ask for their honest opinions about your actions or behavior. It might feel vulnerable at first, but hearing how others see you helps you gain insights that you couldn't get on your own. Check your motives. Before making decisions, pause for a moment and ask yourself why you're doing what you're doing. Are you motivated by ego or genuine care? This simple act of checking your motives keeps you aligned with your values and helps you stay authentic, something others will respect. Learn from mistakes. Picture a sculptor carefully shaping a statue. Every time they make a mistake, they don't throw the whole statue away. They learn from it, adjust their approach, and continue refining the sculpture. You too can learn from your mistakes. When you admit where you went wrong and grow from it, people will admire your humility and resilience. Set goals. Like a traveler plotting their course on a map, setting clear goals gives you direction. Whether it's in your career, relationships, or personal growth, having a purpose makes your journey more meaningful. And when people see your determination, they can't help but respect your focus and drive. Self-reflection is a personal journey, but its impact goes beyond yourself. When you commit to understanding and bettering yourself, others will see your dedication and respect the effort you put into your own growth. Lesson 9. Humility, the quiet strength. Humility is like a soft-spoken but deeply wise elder who doesn't need to be the loudest in the room to command respect. It's about recognizing that everyone has something valuable to offer and that you don't have all the answers. When you practice humility, you become approachable, kind, and easy to work with. Humility doesn't mean downplaying your strengths. It means knowing your worth without needing to prove it to others. Imagine a river quietly flowing through a valley. It doesn't boast about its power, but over time, it carves through mountains, shapes the land, and sustains life. Humility works in the same way. It may seem subtle, but its influence is profound. Here's how you can cultivate humility. Admit your mistakes. Picture yourself in a situation where things didn't go as planned. Instead of blaming others or making excuses, you own up to your mistake. By admitting when you're wrong, you show others that you're accountable and trustworthy, qualities that naturally earn respect. Give credit to others. Imagine being part of a successful project. Instead of taking all the credit, you shine a light on the contributions of others. This act of giving credit builds stronger relationships and shows that you value teamwork over personal glory. Listen carefully. Imagine sitting across from someone who's sharing their thoughts with you. Instead of thinking about what you're going to say next, you focus on really hearing them. Active listening shows that you care about others' perspectives, and it builds deeper, more meaningful connections. Help others without expectation. Picture helping someone with no desire for recognition or reward. Maybe it's as simple as offering a kind word or lending a hand. When you help from a place of genuine kindness, people will admire your selflessness. Share your knowledge. Imagine being in a position of expertise. Instead of keeping your knowledge to yourself, you generously share it with others. This generosity not only helps those around you grow, but it also shows your humility, because you recognize that knowledge is meant to be shared, not hoarded. Humility is a quiet strength. When you embody it, people feel comfortable around you and they respect your willingness to work together, acknowledging that everyone has something valuable to offer. Lesson 10. Right livelihood. Aligning your work with your values. Right livelihood is about more than just making a living. It's about making sure your work reflects your values and contributes positively to the world. Imagine a carpenter carefully crafting a piece of furniture, each cut precise and intentional. They don't rush the process because they know that quality matters. Right livelihood works the same way. It's about choosing a path where you can create something meaningful and ethical, something that aligns with your beliefs. Here's how to practice right livelihood. Pick a career that matches your values. Imagine starting your day in a job that feels like an extension of your values. You're not just working to make money. You're doing something that matters to you, something that contributes to the world in a positive way. When your work aligns with your values, others will see you as someone living with integrity. Avoid harmful jobs. Picture being offered a lucrative job, but it involves actions that go against your ethical beliefs. By choosing to walk away from harmful industries or roles, you show your commitment to a better world, and people will respect your courage to prioritize your values over financial gain. Be honest in your work. Imagine conducting your business with total transparency. You're open, fair, and trustworthy in all your dealings. Honesty in your work builds a reputation of integrity, and clients, co-workers, and employers will admire you for it. Balance work and life. Picture a scale. On one side is your career, and on the other is your personal life. When you find balance, you don't neglect your health or relationships for the sake of work. Finding this harmony shows wisdom, and people will respect your ability to maintain a fulfilling, well-rounded life. Give back through your work. Imagine finding ways to help others through your job. Whether it's mentoring a co-worker, volunteering, or offering your skills to those in need, giving back through your work shows that you care about more than just personal success. Right livelihood is about creating a career that not only sustains you financially, but also fulfills you spiritually and ethically. By aligning your work with your values, you live a life of integrity that inspires respect and admiration. Weaving gratitude, self-reflection, humility, and right livelihood together. Each of these lessons, gratitude, self-reflection, humility, and right livelihood, are like the threads of a tapestry. When woven together, they create a life that is not only fulfilling, but also one that earns the deep respect of those around you. Imagine waking up each day knowing that you are living in alignment with your values, helping others, growing as a person, and maintaining humility in all you do. This life, built on these lessons, shines brightly, inspiring others to do the same. As we near the end of this journey together, imagine this. You're walking down a path filled with insights and growth, but every step forward is a little easier with a small action that supports the road ahead. That action? A simple thumbs up. By liking this video, you're not just showing your support, you're ensuring that YouTube keeps guiding you back to this content, where we're here to help you every step of the way. So, before we wrap up, take a moment, hit that like button, and keep the momentum going. It's quick, it's free, and it makes all the difference. Imagine standing on a mountaintop where the air is crisp and the view stretches endlessly in every direction. You see rivers winding through valleys, forests spreading across the landscape, and the sky changing colors as the sun rises. In that moment, you feel a deep connection to everything around you. This feeling is the beginning of compassion, and it grows from mindfulness, the awareness that all things are interconnected. When you pay attention to how everything affects everything else, you naturally start to care more about the happiness and struggles of others. That's compassion. Compassion grows from mindfulness. Mindfulness is like walking through a forest, fully aware of each leaf beneath your feet, the sound of birds overhead, and the rustle of the wind in the trees. As you become more mindful, you begin to see how your actions ripple out, affecting not just your own life, but the lives of others. You start to understand that clinging to things, whether it's material possessions, personal goals, or even your ego, only leads to suffering because everything in life changes, just like the seasons. This understanding softens your heart, making room for compassion. You begin to realize that just as you experience joy and pain, so does everyone else. With this newfound awareness, you start to approach the world with greater kindness, letting go of judgment and embracing empathy. The more mindful you are, the more you naturally want to ease the suffering of others. Communication and patience. Matter. Imagine you're sitting in the middle of a conversation and emotions are running high. Someone says something that pushes your buttons and your first instinct is to snap back. But instead, you take a deep breath. You pause. You think about how your words could either soothe or inflame the situation. This pause is where patience comes in, and it's rooted in mindfulness. The way you talk to others can be like throwing pebbles into a pond. Harsh words create ripples of discord, while thoughtful words create waves of calm. By choosing your words carefully, you shape the way people feel around you. Patience gives you the space to respond instead of react. When you take that moment to think before you speak, you create an atmosphere of respect and calm. This thoughtful communication is a skill that earns you the respect of others, not because you're perfect, but because you show care and consideration for their feelings. Imagine someone who always speaks with kindness and intention, someone who never rushes to judgment or raises their voice in anger. People are naturally drawn to such individuals, admiring their calm demeanor and the way they handle difficult situations with grace. Gratitude and self-reflection go hand in hand. Gratitude is like the foundation of a sturdy house, keeping you grounded no matter what storms come your way. When you take time to appreciate what you already have, it opens your heart to humility. Instead of constantly seeking more success, more possessions, more approval, you start to find contentment in the present moment. And with contentment comes the ability to reflect on yourself and your actions. Imagine standing before a mirror, not to judge yourself, but to truly see yourself. Self-reflection is like polishing that mirror, allowing you to see not only your strengths, but also your areas for growth. When you combine gratitude with self-reflection, you begin to see how your actions affect others, and how small shifts in your behavior can make a huge impact. You start asking questions. How can I be kinder today? How can I be more patient with myself and others? Through this practice, you naturally begin to live a more authentic and humble life, and people respect that. They see that you're not driven by ego, but by a genuine desire to improve and contribute positively to the world around you. Humility and right livelihood. Imagine you're part of a team working on an important project. Each person has a role, and everyone's contributions are valuable. Humility in this scenario means recognizing that your part is just one piece of a larger puzzle. You don't have to be the star of the show. You simply do your best and respect the efforts of others. Humility is about seeing yourself as part of something bigger. It's about understanding that we're all interconnected, just like the different threads in a tapestry. In your work, this might mean acknowledging that everyone, whether they're in the highest or lowest position, has something to offer. When your career aligns with your values, you naturally embody humility. You don't have to chase after titles or accolades. Instead, you focus on doing meaningful, ethical work that benefits not only yourself, but also others. Right livelihood is like tending to a garden. You choose your work carefully, making sure that it doesn't harm others or the environment. You cultivate your skills and talents, and you take pride in contributing to the greater good. When you live and work this way, people admire your commitment to doing the right thing, and they respect your ethical choices. The lessons are connected. Every lesson, from gratitude to humility, from patience to mindfulness, is like a thread in the fabric of your life. Each thread is essential, and together they form a beautiful interconnected whole. When you live by these principles, you naturally inspire those around you. People see the way you handle challenges with grace, the way you treat others with kindness, and they can't help but respect you. But here's the important thing: earning respect isn't the goal. It's simply a byproduct of living in alignment with your values. The real reward is the peace, happiness, and fulfillment that comes from becoming the best version of yourself. Consistency is key. Imagine a river carving its way through rock over many years. It doesn't rush, but through steady, consistent effort, it shapes the landscape. Your personal growth works the same way. By practicing these lessons every day through mindfulness, meditation, or journaling, you slowly but surely transform yourself. Consistency is what builds real change. There will be days when you stumble, when you fall short of your ideals. But that's part of the process. Each mistake is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to get back up. People respect those who are willing to admit their mistakes and keep moving forward, because it shows resilience and humility. Find support in community. Imagine walking a path through the forest, and every now and then you meet others on the same journey. Some are ahead of you, Some are just starting out, but everyone is heading in the same direction. Surrounding yourself with like-minded people who share your goals can be incredibly supportive. Whether it's through a meditation group, a spiritual community, or even just a circle of close friends, being part of a community helps you stay motivated and grounded. In this shared space, you not only learn from others, but also have the chance to share your own experiences and wisdom. The journey becomes more meaningful when you realize you're not walking it alone. Adapting and sharing your wisdom. Life is always changing, and as it does, your practice of these lessons should change too. Flexibility and openness to growth are signs of true strength. Imagine a tree that bends with the wind instead of breaking. This adaptability is what allows you to grow and evolve over time. And as you gain wisdom from your experiences, you have the opportunity to pass that wisdom on to others. Sharing your knowledge, whether through teaching, mentoring, or simply offering advice to friends, is one of the most powerful ways to inspire growth in others. When you generously share what you've learned, people respect not only your wisdom, but also your willingness to help others grow. Patience and balance lead to respect. Personal growth is a long journey, and it requires patience, both with yourself and with others. Imagine tending to a garden, knowing that it will take time for the seeds you plant to grow. You water them, nurture them, and trust the process. In the same way, be patient with your own growth. Celebrate the small wins, and don't be discouraged by setbacks. A balanced life, where you take care of your mind, body, and relationships, is like a well-tended garden. People will notice how gracefully you handle life's challenges, and they'll respect your ability to maintain harmony even in difficult times. The power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is like putting down a heavy load you've been carrying for too long. When you forgive yourself and others, you let go of the weight of anger and resentment. Picture yourself walking through life, and each grudge you hold is a rock in your backpack. Forgiving doesn't mean forgetting what happened or excusing bad behavior. It simply means freeing yourself from the burden of carrying that pain. When you can forgive, it shows tremendous emotional strength. People respect those who can move forward with compassion, not because it's easy, but because it's the right thing to do. Contentment leads to inner peace. Contentment is the quiet joy that comes from being satisfied with what you have, instead of always wanting more. Imagine walking into a room filled with clutter, things piled high, crowding every surface. Now imagine clearing out all the unnecessary stuff, leaving only what truly matters. That's what contentment feels like. It's the ability to let go of what you don't need, finding peace in simplicity. When you simplify your life, you create space for inner peace. Others will notice your calmness and positivity, and they'll respect your ability to stay grounded, no matter what's going on around you. Inspiring others through your journey. As you practice these lessons, you not only transform yourself, but also inspire those around you. Like a beacon of light in the distance, your mindfulness, kindness, and balance guide others. Every step you take toward living with compassion, patience, and humility brings you closer to a life that naturally commands respect. But more importantly, it brings you closer to a life filled with purpose, peace, and joy. Equanimity, staying calm in tough times. Picture yourself standing in the middle of a storm. The wind howls, the rain pelts your skin, and the world feels chaotic. Yet, despite all this, there is a stillness inside you, a place untouched by the storm. This is equanimity, a serene balance that lets you stay calm even when the world spins out of control. Life, like the weather, can be unpredictable. Sudden changes, disappointments, or challenges might crash upon you like a wave, but with equanimity, you stand firm, allowing the turbulence to pass without letting it topple you. To cultivate this state of calm, begin with the simple act of observing your thoughts, much like watching clouds drift across the sky. Meditation teaches you this skill. Imagine sitting by a river, watching the current flow by, noticing leaves and twigs float past without trying to grab them. Your thoughts and feelings are like those leaves. Let them pass without attachment. The practice of accepting life's unpredictability, like a sailor who knows they cannot control the sea, helps you maintain a steady heart when the waters are rough. Equanimity is not just about surviving the storm. It's about earning the quiet respect of those around you by how gracefully you weather it. When people see that you can stay composed in adversity, they are drawn to your inner strength, knowing they can rely on you when the skies darken. Inner peace, finding calm from within. Imagine a lake at dawn, smooth, mirror-like, reflecting the soft colors of the sky. This is inner peace, a tranquil state that exists within you, unshaken by the winds of external events. Inner peace isn't something you stumble upon one day and keep forever. Instead, it's a garden you must tend to daily, pulling weeds of anger or anxiety and planting seeds of compassion and mindfulness. To nurture this peace, seek moments of solitude where you can connect with yourself. Imagine walking through a quiet forest where the only sound is the rustle of leaves underfoot. These moments allow you to hear your own thoughts, to reflect, and to let go of the need to control every aspect of your life. The act of surrendering, of embracing the unknown, invites peace into your heart. Forgiveness plays a key role in this journey. Picture your mind as a cup of water. Holding on to grudges is like adding drops of ink to that cup. It clouds the water, distorts your clarity. When you forgive, both yourself and others, the ink fades and the water clears, allowing your peace to shine through. People are naturally drawn to those who radiate calm and serenity, for it shows a depth of emotional resilience that words alone cannot convey. Mindful consumption, thoughtful choices in a busy world. In a world that urges us to consume more things, more media, more noise, mindful consumption is like stepping off a treadmill that never seems to stop. Imagine standing in a store, holding an item in your hand and asking yourself, "Do I really need this?" This simple question is the doorway to a more intentional way of living. Mindful consumption isn't just about what you buy, it's about what you allow into your mind and heart. Think of your mind as a garden. What you watch, listen to, or engage with are the seeds you plant. If you feed your mind a constant stream of negativity or distractions, weeds grow, choking the flowers of peace and joy. But if you are selective, choosing uplifting, meaningful content, your garden flourishes. Choosing to support companies that are kind to the environment or treating your possessions with care isn't just about reducing waste. It's a statement: I value the earth and I respect the resources I use. This mindful approach earns the quiet admiration of those around you, who see in your actions a reflection of a deep, thoughtful respect for the world. Kindness. A little goes a long way. Kindness is a universal language understood by all living beings. Imagine a ripple spreading across a still pond. That ripple is your kindness, small acts that travel far beyond their original point of contact. In Buddhism, kindness is a way of softening the hard edges of the world, of making life a little gentler for everyone. Every act of kindness, no matter how small, adds to the collective good. Picture this: You're rushing through your day, but you take a moment to smile at a stranger or hold the door open for someone. That moment, so brief, could change the course of that person's day, perhaps even their week. Kindness is not grand or showy. It lives in the little moments, the unspoken gestures that say, "I see you and you matter." When you treat others with care, people take notice. Your kindness becomes a mirror, reflecting their own potential to be kind. Over time, this ripple of compassion can spread wider and wider, touching lives in ways you may never fully understand. Self-compassion, the kindness you deserve. Often we are our own harshest critics, but self-compassion is like wrapping a warm blanket around yourself on a cold night. It's a reminder that you too are worthy of the kindness you freely give to others. Imagine talking to yourself the way you would to a dear friend. If your friend made a mistake, you wouldn't berate them. You'd offer comfort and understanding. Treat yourself with that same gentleness. To practice self-compassion, start by noticing the voice in your head. If it's critical or harsh, imagine turning the volume down, like lowering the sound on a radio. Replace that voice with one that's softer, more forgiving. Picture yourself learning to ride a bike. You fall a few times, but each fall is a step toward mastering the skill. That's how life works too. Mistakes aren't failures. They're lessons in disguise. When you show yourself kindness, you not only feel better, but you also project a quiet confidence. Others will notice how you treat yourself, and it sets a powerful example. You're teaching the world that self-love is a strength, not a weakness. Incorporating these lessons, equanimity, inner peace, mindful consumption, kindness and self-compassion, into your life is like creating a mosaic. Each piece, each lesson, adds to the beauty of the whole. People may not be able to articulate what it is about you that they admire, but they will feel it. Respect, after all, isn't something you demand. It's something you cultivate, one act of mindfulness, kindness, and compassion at a time. And remember, forgiving yourself is like laying down a heavy burden. It frees you to walk lighter, with more grace, allowing you to grow and learn. In forgiving yourself, you show the ultimate respect for your own journey, acknowledging that imperfection is part of the beauty of being human. Imagine this. You're building a foundation of wisdom, brick by brick, shaping a life filled with fulfillment and purpose. If this video added even a single stone to that foundation, take a moment to support the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to add another piece to your journey. Let's continue crafting a life of meaning together, one lesson at a time. Thank you for being a part of this path.